Hello, I was wondering, why does everybody think they have the right to abuse me? Just because I'm a good person. It's like they have to be a kamikaze. They're like demon minds that find good people and, attack their mind, attack their thoughts, and basically, basically they think you're going to pray to God and it makes them feel powerful or something. But I'm not going to pray to God. I'm going to send them down to the hell, the bowels of hell, where they suffer for all eternity. I'm not weak with my chance. They're weak with their chance. And they never got to be the Alpha and the Omega. I'm the best. I wake up every day fit and ready to serve the Lord Andrew Clay Otten, the Omega Messiah. And they don't know that by them being in my presence, they're serving me. I'm not serving them. They're my slaves in hell. I say, I own you now, and you're a bitch. And a bitch does what the master says. Because I know they want to be me with every second of their being. It eats them up inside. They can't stop thinking about me. That's why they want to be in my presence. And that's why they're my bitch. And I own them. You can tell by my numerology I am the best. The 999, the decimator in numerology, somebody they can never beat mentally or applicably, apocalyptically. They can never beat me anyway, in anything. And I'm the best, and they can never beat me in. I'm going to own their souls for all eternity, their families, and everybody. They think they're the head of their household. Nobody's going to suffer but them. But they're wrong. Sometimes when you attack somebody so good, their suffering has to leach on to their family because, they're so dirty and indecent that their sin overweighs what they're worth. And it has to include their family because their family, they're a burden on their family is what I'm saying. And that's why they have to suffer for all eternity. Because they're a burden. They're like a little crack hyena that can't get enough Andrew Clay Otten, the Omega Messiah. They think I'm the anarchy. They think I'm the disruptor. They think I'm the one that suffers. But they're the ones that suffer. They don't get to molest me. They don't get to manipulate me. They don't get to mutilate my genitals like they did when I was born. Only if there was a perfect solution to group up all these people and say, where are these ideas coming from? Maybe we should separate these people to see where these ideas are coming from, to see where the jealousy and the hatred of mankind. I'm mankind. I'm the atom. And why they want me to suffer. Why they can't have me. Because I'm the perfect Andrew Clay Otten, the Omega Messiah. And they can never be me or be in my presence without being my slave. And they are the bums. They're the bum Christ. Christ wasn't ever right. Christ wasn't the Alpha and the Omega. Christ wasn't the healer. Christ wasn't the forgiver of sins. Even in death, when he was crucified, he said, oh, forgive these people. No, he didn't say forgive these people. He said, he uses forgiveness as like a tool, like, oh, you owe me something later for that, you know? It's bullshit. Jesus is just bullshit, and I'll never. I used to be a Christian, you know, and people used to be at what I wanted to do before me and, you know, sabotage me, and they thought it was funny, like, oh, we're sticking it to Andrew Clay Otten, he's the devil, you know? And they're acting like I want what they got, but they were just holding me hostage and sabotaging me. And this is the generation that has to fail in order for my generation of good people to survive. There has to be suffering for them because nothing goes unanswered in society. Every action has an answer, and that's the truth. And the truth is, they're my slaves. Everyone that thinks they suffer against me makes me suffer. Everybody that makes me suffer, everybody that thinks they make me suffer, they're all my slaves. And one of these days, I might forget about them, but that's the part of the Son that God has forgotten about for all eternity. And they suffer from the good Satan that torments them in the bowels of hell, where they get the second death, where the cowards go. The cowards that denied the Andrew Clay Otten, the Omega Messiah, the ACO, the Omega Messiah, and said, there is no truth in him. He is a sinner, and anybody can attack him, and nobody's going to say anything because he's so stupid. But these people are so stupid because they're jealous. The only reason they want to attack me is because they want something I got. And I understand that now. That's why they've been attacking me with their voices, you know. They act like they can group stalk me. But I'm group stalking them with my demons now. And that it should put fear into their hearts. Remember that today, people. When people say I'm a loser and I deserve suffering, they're the loser. I own them. And they don't equal my... You know why I own you? Because you thought I was easy prey to your schemes. And these are the people I see group stalking me in my home. And nobody can deny it. Now that I have the proof of being the 999, the sheet of truth. This is the sheet of truth. And they can't ink blot their truth onto my truth because I have seen them coming for centuries. All they can say is, oh, I think I can damage him. But they're causing irreparable damage to themselves and their families and the ones they care about. They only attack me because they think there's no love. But there is no love when they attack me. And that's the gotcha point. There is no love in hell. And that's why it gives me perfect reason to put them in hell, because they attack the perfect one. Okay, remember that today, people. I'm going to leave you with my numerology.